Hey friends, welcome back to another video. My name is Emma LaFave, and today I'm going to teach you how to paint 2 new spring card designs. So let's jump right in and start. Okay, so today we are going to be painting 2 more spring cards. They're not necessarily Easter cards, more geared towards spring things. And we're just gonna relax and have fun with it. I'm using a limited palette today, and this actual ceramic palette is made by Pottery by Eleni. She has beautiful palettes. I'll link her website below, but I'm also using this just because I wanted to use a limited palette so we can just mix more colors using only these 6 colors, which is lemon, Winsor lemon or something, lemon yellow, yellow ochre, permanent rose, Winsor red, phthalo turquoise, and I believe that is ultramarine blue. I may be wrong though, so we'll see as I mix. But yeah, those are the 6 I'm going to be using today, and we're just going to do some simple, fun spring patterns. Anyway, I'm painting on Arches cold press watercolor paper today. I have cut them down. I have a pad of Arches cold press watercolor paper. I think it's 9 by 12. So I just cut them into quarters, and I like painting on good quality watercolor paper for cards because it just looks a lot better. And then I will glue it on cardstock or those pre-made cards that you can get in bundles from Michael's or Amazon. That way it comes with an envelope and just like an already folded card. So you can definitely measure it out to make sure it matches the card, or just use cardstock and make your own envelopes. Totally up to you. But that's what we're using today. And I also have my Emma LaFave Craftimo brushes in a size 6 and a size 2, water, paper towel, and we're ready to go. Okay, so the first design I wanted to do was a little watering can with some flowers in it because it just screams spring to me, and I thought it'd be really nice to do. So I'm just going to zoom you in a bit, and I'm going to start just drawing a watering can. We're making it simple. Okay, I'm just using a plain mechanical pencil that I have, nothing special. Use whatever you have. And you're just going to do a light outline, like so. Curve the bottom. Like so. Curve the top. Make sure it's the same curve as the bottom, that they're parallel, that not one is like dipping lower than the other. Okay. And then I'm going to have the spout over here. Do a little circle and then make it kind of come out. Does not have to be perfect. And then the handle. Okay. Then I'm just going to take my eraser, my kneaded eraser. I always find they erase the best. Just going to erase any lines that I don't need. Maybe I went over a couple times. And I'm just going to make this drawing a little bit lighter, so you don't see the pencil marks underneath as much. It's okay if you do. And I left a little bit of space at the bottom so you can write happy spring or happy birthday if it's like a spring birthday card. And then we're going to be doing some fun flowers up here. Okay, so pick your color palette, whatever color you want to do. I feel like a nice mint green might be pretty. And I already have colors mixed in my palette, as you see, but we're just going to kind of mix with them as we go and just kind of have fun with it. So I'm just going to grab some phthalo turquoise, mix it in with this green that I already have. And if I wanted to, I could grab a little bit more yellow just to make it a bit more on the greeny side. Like so, to get this nice kind of turquoisey color. Going to make it nice and light. And I'm just going to cover the whole base of the watering can with this light wash. Using my size 6 brush. And if you're watching this as this video is coming out, my brushes are back in stock on the Craftimo website, www.craftimo.com. And I will link them below if you are interested in buying yourself a set. Okay, so nice light wash, and then I'm going to grab some more color, so just more paint. And I'm going to make it darker on one side and on the bottom just to have a little bit of shadow here, maybe a little bit at the top. Just kind of blend it out like so. Okay, then I'm going to do the spout here. And you could always choose your own color. It does not have to be like a mint green. You could do whatever you like. Grab a bit more pigment. Put it more towards the bottom of the spout. A little bit there. And then the handle. Grab a little bit more color just to darken up some areas. A little bit more yellow, a little bit more blue. And just tapping in some darker color. If you want to make it more of a muted color, you could add a little bit of red to it. Just like a tiny, tiny bit, just so it's not as vibrant if you don't want a vibrant kind of turquoise color. I'll show you just a little tiny bit of red, and it just kind of dulls it down a bit, makes it a bit darker. Okay, like so. Okay, so there's our watering can. All right, now let's do some flowers, and let's do some spring kind of flowers, and they're going to be loose. So we can do some tulips, we can do some daffodils, whatever kind of speaks to you. So I'm just going to grab some my lemon yellow, just mix a little bit with my yellow ochre, and I'm just going to do some loose daffodils. So I'm going to start off with like this kind of cone shape coming back. It's a little bit greeny. It's okay. Might add a little bit of red to it just to make it a bit more orange. We're just going to do some loose petals like so. Okay, my yellow is very green. This would be a good time to change your water if you had it. I'm actually going to use my smaller brush too. There's a little bit of green on my brush. I'm just going to go over it again like so, and a little bit more red. Now it's too red. Just tap some orange in there. Don't worry about it looking too, what's it called? Realistic or anything. We could have another daffodil going this way, so do your like little cone shape, and then a circle. Oops, went in the green water again. Grab a bit more of your orange, a little bit of your yellow, and just do some little petals around. This is loose, so don't worry about it looking perfect or anything. And then I'm going to do one more, I think. Or maybe a couple more. Little cone shape here like this with a circle at the end. And then little petals going around. That's more of a pure yellow. Now I can grab a bit more of my orangey red. Just kind of tap it in there. Like so. And then, yeah, I think that's good. And then maybe we'll do some pink tulips. So I'm just going to grab some permanent rose. And all I'm going to do for the tulips, I'm just going to do a petal like this. And then a petal kind of going around it and a little dot at the top kind of thing. Okay, we can have another one coming this way. Petal, and then like a C curve around that one. And like there's like a one kind of peeking behind, like that. Let's do another one over here. Like so, and you can always grab a bit of darker pink if you want and just tap it at the bottom to give it a bit more depth. And then that little peak at the top. Then we can do one that's more closed if you want. Just like the little bud like that. Let's do some purple kind of, actually I'm gonna add a little bit of blue to my purple here. And we can do some kind of like lilacs. Get a bit more pink like that, and we can just take the tip of our brush and we're just doing these little kind of dots all bunched up together in like a cone shape. Once we add the, what's it called? The stems and the leaves and everything, it will look a lot better. Grab a bit more blue. Why not? You can have one coming out this way. I feel like that's too much blue. A little bit more pink to it. Lighten it up a little. Grab a different kind of purple, maybe a little more pinky of a purple. Change it up a bit. Lilacs are like my favorite part of spring. Once I see those on the tree and I smell them, I'm like obsessed. And you can just fill this watering can with whatever kind of spring tiny flowers you like. Maybe we can do a couple other tulips, maybe some orange ones. Let's grab some of our orange. Yeah, why not? We'll do like some orange ones that haven't really bloomed too much. Just kind of place them wherever you like. Okay, now we are going to make our green. So we have some of our turquoise here already. Let's just add some more yellow to it. Now that's a pretty bright green, right? So we don't want something that's that bright. What you can do is you can grab your yellow ochre, which is a more muted type of yellow. I'm making my thing so dirty. And that will kind of calm that green down from looking so neon. You can even add a different blue, which also makes it darker. Okay, and I'm going to just start with some of our daffodils. Just doing little stems coming from those and from the tulips. Just try and follow it down into the can. And we will also add some leaves too to fill it up so it doesn't look so bare. And for our, what's it called? Our lilacs, you can just have some tiny little bits of green kind of poking through, or even some brown if you want. Now that I've done the stems, I'm just going to have some leaves kind of coming through. Long leaves, and just have them curving. You can have some kind of flopping over. fill up that white space. You can even have some coming over the top like this. If you wanted to add some more like different leaves and stuff like that too, let's grab darker blue, maybe some like eucalyptus, okay? Leave some greenery is what I mean to say. Add some eucalyptus in there, just doing more of like a circular type leaf. So I'm just really just kind of like dabbing with the tip of my brush. Like so. And there you go. There is your little watering can, which is super cute. You can always do like little lines and stuff if you want on your tiny flowers to give them a bit of detail. You don't have to at all. Totally up to you. And then you can like write happy spring or whatever. And if you watched my last tutorial, there's a little bit of color here I want to take off. I did a little border at the top and the bottom. You can use gold, you can use whatever you like. And yeah, just to like kind of embellish it, do like a little border, whatever works for you. I might do that at the end. All right, so there's our first spring card. And then our second one, I thought we could do kind of like a little spring wreath with maybe some eggs in there or whatever you'd like. All right, so I think what I'm going to do to start is I'm just going to roughly draw a circle like so. Erase any lines I don't need. All right. And then I'm going to start with drawing. I know it's really hard to see, but you don't really need to see much. I'm going to start painting some like robin's eggs. So this turquoisey color that we did earlier is cute. So I'm just going to start by doing a couple eggs down here. Two. And then maybe this one's behind. Three. Okay. I'm not going to do a nest. They're just going to be kind of sitting in the thing, you know, the wreath, which is not what they'd actually do, but just for fun, we're just doing it this way. I'm just going to add a little bit of darkness to the base of some of the eggs. This one needs to be a bit more round, like that. There we go. And then I'm going to do some sticks. So I need to make some brown. There's a few ways you can make brown. You just need to mix complementary or contrasting colors. So my favorite kind of go-to is red and green. So we already have some green here. So I'm just going to grab, actually I'm going to try and clean up my yellow a bit. Just throw it in there, why not? I'm going to grab some red. I'm going to throw it here, and then some blue. And you're just kind of mixing all the primary colors. I feel like I could use a bit more red. Oh, sorry. A little bit more red, yellow, blue, just kind of mixing all of them. And there we have a nice brown. All right, and I'm just going to do some kind of sticks all around the wreath. longer sticks, shorter sticks. And we're gonna add some flowers, obviously, and some leaves and stuff. So don't do too many, because you don't want it to be too brown heavy. We're gonna put some nice color in there. We're just kind of crossing some of the sticks. Like so. And we'll have like little buds and stuff coming off some of these sticks. All right. So now let's do some flowers. We can have like little tiny flowers, maybe some cherry blossoms, whatever you want. You have total, you know, creativity over this. There's no rules. Just kind of have fun with it. I'm going to grab some pink, and I think I'm just going to do some pink little flowers. Just doing some really loose kind of pink flowers that are just literally kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of scribbles. One, two, three, 4, 5. Let's do a little bit of yellow maybe. You do some forsythia, so kind of like these little, we can put little branches on those as well actually. Here, I'm going to take some brown. We're just going to have little kind of tiny branches coming out like that. And then we're going to do some like little yellow flowers from that forsythia bush. Forsythia, I think. Is it a bush? Is it a tree? I don't know. Okay, we're just play around. Okay, and you're just doing these kind of like almost like a V shape. These tiny little buds. You can do it all over. I actually really like the yellow, the way the yellow is looking. So I might fill it up, and then we can just do some greenery and then a little bit of detail on the pink flowers. Cute. I'm going to take some yellow ochre and a little bit of lemon yellow and just go in the center of those pink flowers, just doing a couple little dots to fill in the stamen. Like that. And then let's get some greenery in here. So taking some leftover green over here, and you can even mix it a little bit with your brown to make it more of like an olivey green. Whatever you need to do. And I'm just going to do some little pops of green leaves coming out. Just a little stem, and then just kind of dabbing along to make these little green branches, green sprigs of leaves, or whatever you want to call it. I think looking back, I might not have added the pink next time, but it looks okay. It looks nice, but I might have just kept it with the yellow and green, I think. You can always turn this. And there's so many different ways you could do these wreaths. Like, honestly, any design. And then some of these leaves can go this way. And you're just filling it up. Like that, so it looks nice and full. I might do a little bit more pink detail on some of the pink flowers, just like little lines or something. Just so they don't look as flat. Nothing crazy though. You can always go back into some of those yellow ones and make them a bit darker with like a different yellow. Make them stand out a bit more. Just little taps on the bottoms of them. And then lastly, I'm just gonna define these eggs a bit more because I feel like they're getting a little bit lost. So I'm just going to take that turquoise color again here. I'm going to add a tiny bit of brown to it to make it a bit darker. And then I'm just going to kind of outline the bottom where they all meet. Like that. Wash off my brush, dry it, and then kind of blend it out. So there's a bit more of a shadow at the bottom there. Try not to touch the other eggs. So put a darker color there, wash off your brush, dry it, and then just blend out that edge. And then our last one. Wash off, dry. And I know robin's eggs are just plain like this, but if you wanted to make them like a little bit, I don't know, just speckled once it's dry. Once it's dry, which I'm not waiting to do because I'm impatient. Might even just grab a little bit of brown just to separate them a bit. Totally up to you. Like that. Just kind of wash off my brush, dry it. Just blend it out just a bit. And there you go. Okay, and so there is our spring wreath. And you could write spring inside, or you could do something at the bottom. Again, totally up to you. Okay, so now I'm just going to do a couple little embellishments on the cards. I'm just going to make probably a border and write happy spring or something like that. And then I will be done. And there we go. There's our little gold border. And there are our spring cards. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really hope you liked it and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram for even more. Have a great day, guys. Bye.